Hello everyone and welcome back to Rossi Mac Outdoors. It's been a while, hasn't it? A month or so of storms, terrible weather in the UK, with work commitments and a lovely week away in the sun in Lanzarote. This is the first sort of real opportunity I've had to get out, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Anyway, that's it. Let's get out. Well, I didn't want to give too much away on my introduction, but I'm sure that reservoir in the background will be familiar to a lot of you. So that is Kinder Reservoir. So I'm heading out up onto Kinder Scout in what is a big one for the channel today, because this will be my first ever solo wild camp and I'm really looking forward to it. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful day for it. This weather's absolutely blinding. We've done a steady, probably a couple of miles so far, but we've still got a little bit to go to where we're looking at setting up for the night, so let's crack on. Well, a little bit of woodland there ahead. I mean, it's a red hot day, so that's going to be a nice little place just to get out of the sun and take on some fluids. It's key when you're out on walks like this that you make sure you stay hydrated. Well, it's a lovely little stretch of woodland. This would be perfect for like a woodland camp if any of you are sort of that way inclined, but I'm just using it today as a little stop point just to take on some water, and I haven't eaten in a while, so I'm just going to have an energy gel just to make sure that, you know, I'm staying alert and keep my energy levels up. Well, here we are then folks. After a brisk couple of hours out hiking, we finally reached our camping spot for tonight. It is one of the more popular pools on Kinder Scout. I'm not going to give away the exact location. If there are any like-minded people watching the video who'd like to know, if you don't already, my social media pages are in the description for the channel. Just drop me a DM on either Instagram or Twitter, and I'll be happy to share the location. It's a little bit early for getting pitched up, so we're going to get the chair out and sit and enjoy a beer, hard earned after that walk. So whilst I'm just sat here chilling out, enjoying a beer, waiting for that sun just to set a little bit before I put the tent up, I just wanted to say, recently one of my videos, the tent review I did of my Naturehike Cloud Peak 2 in my back garden has gone over 500 views on YouTube, which is absolutely ridiculous. You know, when I first started putting these videos together just as a bit of fun for people that had asked me questions about getting out and doing a spot of camping, never could I imagine that, you know, anyone would be interested in watching me sat in the back garden waffling on about a tent. So to anyone who watched that video, and to anyone in fact who's watched any of the videos or interacted with the channel, whether that be, you know, just liking the video or, you know, leaving a comment, which I hope to reply to everyone who does leave a comment, and anyone that subscribed to the channel, genuinely I am, you know, grateful for every single one of you. And it is yeah, quite heartwarming really that, you know, 500 people have taken time out of their day to sit and watch a video of me. So, you know, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much, and hopefully it'll continue and the channel will grow, and let's see what happens. So after I put my Naturehike Cloud Peak 2 through some pretty brutal conditions when we were camping up in Buttermere, I went out and bought these tent pegs. So these are the 6-inch tent pegs by Easton. I picked them up from Valley&Peak. More for peace of mind than for the tent actually, you know, not coping very well with the conditions. But I've found these stakes to be a cracking addition to the setup obviously come with a bright orange rope on the end as well, makes them really obvious in the dark and very easily located. What I will do is I'll stick a link in the description for this video to those pegs over at Valley&Peak. Well, it's just coming up to 5 o'clock here now. I think there's about another hour of sun. I think sunset's just after 6 o'clock tonight. But people have started disappearing from up on the tops, up over Kinder Downfall. So I think it's time. Let's get this tent up. There she is, the Naturehike Cloud Peak 2 in all her glory. I mean, just a stunning evening. A lovely little spot. Looking forward to watching the rest of the sunset out of that door, overlooking that absolutely magnificent view. So now we've got the tent pitched, it's time to get sorted inside. So the sleeping pad I've brought with me tonight is the OEX Traverse. So for those of you who watched my basic camping gear introduction, which was the first video I put out there, you'll know that I described this as the heavier and bulkier of the two pads that I own, the other one being the Trekology UL50. Now I must say, after being out and trying both of those pads, that I do prefer the OEX for its comfort rather than the honeycomb design of the UL50. To be honest, I do think that a sleeping pad will be my next big purchase. So I've recently been speaking to Dan from Wildcamping.lifeuk, who swears by his Thermarest Neo-Air X Lite. So he's given that top review, said he's been using it obviously for years, and he's never struggled with it yet. So I'm going to have a good look into buying one of them just to upgrade my camping gear. Now, the other great bit of kit I've got to show you is this. This is the Tiny Pump by Flextail Gear. Basically, this is a great bit of kit. So what it does, as well as pumping up your air mat in no time at all, it also doubles as, I know you can't see because it's quite bright, but also doubles as a lantern. So that dual purpose makes it, for me, an essential bit of kit. I mean, given its size and its weight, you can throw that in your bag and it takes up no room at all. So for me, yeah, when I'm coming out, an essential bit of kit there. And the final bit to my sleeping setup, I've got the Trekology Aloft pillow and the Mountain Warehouse Summit 250 sleeping bag. That's just set on a thin aluminium foil blanket, which basically just gives you a little bit more insulation against the ground, but also helps your sleeping pad from sliding around during the night. So for my tea tonight, I have got a pasta bolognese dehydrated meal by Summit to Eat, and just a can of Elvis juice by Brewdog just to wash it down with. But that's for a little bit later on. But for now, get back out on my chair and enjoy watching the rest of this sunset. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, you know, with rising cost of living, rising fuel prices, obviously the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an expert on any of that, but that's enough to weigh heavy on anyone. So just having that release of being able to get out and just, you know, just gather your thoughts and reset and just have a change of focus is brilliant. And you know, if this video goes as far as encouraging one person to get out, and even if it's just go for a walk, it doesn't have to be wild camping, it's just get outside and just, you know, allow your body and your mind just to reset and just take a breather and just, you know, like I say, just to be able to just readjust your thoughts and just take everything in, then, you know, this video's reached its aim. Which, like I say, if one person from this video decides that, you know what, I want to get out in the outdoors, I want to go for a walk, or, you know, you might want to head out for a wild camp, then brilliant. I mean, just look at this. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And just to sit here and have a couple of beers, just in complete silence, gather my thoughts, perfect time just to reset and just, you know, put everything into perspective about what we've got and the privileges that life's given us. And, you know, it just doesn't get any better. Well, there you have it then, folks. Just that last little bit of sun going down over my shoulder there. And with that, not a cloud in the sky, so the temperatures drop pretty rapidly. So it's time to get another layer on, have another hour or so out before we think about getting some food on. What an evening. The colours in the sky are just ridiculous. I don't know if my camera on my phone will pick them up or do it any justice, but still, let me tell you, it is absolutely gorgeous. just coming up to 7 o'clock now, so the sun is completely gone. Temperature has dropped considerably, but it's nothing that, you know, a lightweight down jacket won't solve. Like I say, it's just coming up for 7 o'clock, so I've got another half an hour or so, I think, of just sitting out and enjoying this sunset and these colours in the sky before I look at getting some food on. So it's time to get some food on. The burner that I'm using is one you've all seen before on my video, so it's the MSR Pocket Rocket 2. A great little bit of kit, boils water in no time, really good in the wind, comes in this handy little case, obviously folds down to nothing, weighs 20 odd grams, something like that, and can be picked up on Amazon for about 30 quid, I think. So for me, cracking little budget stove, exactly what I need, just for boiling water, for dehydrated meals, or for a coffee in the morning. Right then folks, that time of night, time to get some water boiled, get some food on. There we go then. Just shy of 300 ml of water boiled in next to no time. So like I said earlier, we have got the Something to Eat pasta bolognese dehydrated meal. So get this opened up. I've already removed the little oxygen sachet, which people fall foul of all the time, forgetting to take them out. So the water in. Key to these is giving them a good old stir, because you always end up with little bits in the nooks and crannies at the bottom that end up just crunchy and horrible when you come to eat it. To make sure you do give them a good old scrape and a good stir, just to get all that stuff out of the bottom and make sure that it all gets rehydrated. Tell you what, tastes decent that. So let's get these resealed. Let's have a little look at the instructions. So it says what? Yeah, 8 minutes. Now, I tell you what, it's not exactly the coldest of nights tonight, but these act really well as like a little hand warmer, where you can chuck them in your sleeping bag to heat your feet up. Not that I need that tonight, so I'm going to put that to one side. Just make sure it doesn't leak, and I'll bring you back in about 8 minutes time when it's ready to eat. Here we go then. So the dehydrated meal is at 8 minutes of magic. See what it tastes like. Tell you what, it smells alright. The appearance isn't great. Don't know if you can see that on the camera, but let's give it a spin. Tell you what, that is not bad at all. Now, eating on camera is awkward at the best of times, so I'll bring you back once I've had my food. I'll have a little chat before I start thinking about getting my head down for the night. Well, I must admit, after a really long day, that food was more than welcome. Really tasty, actually, to be fair. I was pleasantly surprised. So I definitely have that one again. I don't think it's as good as the Something to Eat's chicken tikka so far. That's been, yeah, the best that I've had in terms of the dehydrated meals. But yeah, I enjoyed that pasta bolognese. Now it's time, I suppose, to jump into my sleeping gear. So I've got a thermal t-shirt, a pair of leggings and some thermal socks that I always bring with me. To be honest, I don't think it's going to get that cold tonight, so I might not even need it, but I'll put it on anyway. I can always take layers off if I need to. And then, yeah, have a think about chilling for the rest of the night. Well, that's that then, folks. All tucked up and ready for bed. I've got a couple of podcasts downloaded and a few things on Netflix. So I'm going to have a bit of a chill and get some sleep. Sunrise is penciled in for about 6 o'clock, I believe. So I'll try and get up for that, but we'll see what happens in the morning. Unless anything eventful happens during the night, which I'm not anticipating because there's no wind forecast or anything like that. I'll speak to you in the morning. So good night for now. Well, good morning. It's just gone 6 o'clock. I've had a pretty good sleep there, to be honest. I think I've got about 7 or 8 hours in, which in a week in work I normally average about 6 hours, so that's a good sleep for me. Temperature definitely dropped overnight, but nothing too cold. Let's have a little peek out, see what we're dealing with this morning. A little bit of haze, but clear enough, so it looks like it's going to be another nice day. We're going to get dressed, get some layers on, head out and see if we can see us. Well, these early mornings, there's only one thing for it. Get a coffee on as soon as possible. Not only is it a great start to the day, but it just helps you keep warm through. I've got my Sea to Summit X mug. It's a collapsible mug. One of the first things that I bought for coming out camping. It cost about a tenner off Amazon. Like you say, collapses down, so it takes up hardly any space in your bag. Cracking bit of kit. Well, it's time for some breakfast. To be honest, I don't feel overly hungry this morning. I did bring a porridge with me to heat up, some water on the pocket rocket, but I've decided that'd be a bit too much, so I have just got one of these breakfast bars. I do always chuck something like that in my bag just to have as a backup. I mean, I'm only anticipating the walk this morning back to the car taking about an hour and a half at a nice steady pace, so that breakfast bar will give me plenty of energy I need for that little walk back to the car. Well, that's it then, folks. We've had an hour sat watching a new day begin, overlooking Kinder Downfall, but it's time to get all this lot packed away. There we go then, all packed away. Now, the most important aspect of wild camping for me is that of leave no trace. So that is making sure that anything you brought with you always goes back, whether that be any rubbish, anything at all. I mean, just have a quick look round here. The only trace that I'm leaving that I have been there last night is just that little patch of flat grass. So yeah, like I say, if you are heading out, let's make sure we're respecting these wonderful outdoors and making sure that they stay maintained for as many people as possible to get out and experience. Well then, let's just give you one last little look around before I head off. So the sun has slowly been working its way up over them hills, and as we pan round, you can just see absolutely stunning. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful day, so I'm looking forward to having a nice gentle stroll back to the car and taking in this beautiful scenery. Tell you what, it's now 10 to 8 and that sun is already absolutely boiling. I set off with my thin little jumper on, and I've just had to stop to take a layer off because I was starting to get warm and sweat up. But yeah, what a beautiful day again. Well, rather than wait till we got back to the car to sign off this video, I thought I'd just stop here whilst we've still got a bit of scenery in the background. I just wanted to say thanks again to everyone who took the time to stop by the channel. I hope you enjoyed watching the video as much as I did. If that is the case, then please do give it a like, drop me a comment and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to interact with as many of you as possible, whether that be, you know, any feedback, critics on the video, or you know, any general questions that you might have about camping or wild camping in general. And fingers crossed I can continue to get out and make these videos as long as people continue to enjoy watching them. So yeah, that's it for this video. So until the next one, everybody stay safe and take it easy.